Guys, it's Penny Pinching Granny. I know a few of you asked to see when I did my asparagus. Actually, I'm doing this for my daughter. She wanted some put in the freezer, so I've got probably about 2 or 3 pounds here. Our local grocery store, Food Lion, had it on sale this week for 79 cents a pound, and it's usually, I think the cheapest I've ever seen it was $1.99 or $1.79 a pound. It's usually $2.99. What you need is your asparagus, of course, and if you don't know how to get the ends off, you just hold it and break it like that. And then you got 2 choices. You can line this up with the bunch, like this is the bunch right here. You can line them up, then you can take a knife and just cut them all off at one time, or you can snap them individual. So you need your asparagus. You're going to do a pan of hot water. Once this comes to a boil, then we're going to drop the asparagus in. You need the ice water, because we're going to boil it 1 minute and then drop it in the ice water. Then we're going to put it back in the strainer, let it drain, and then what we're going to do is lay it on parchment paper in a single row and put it in the freezer and let it freeze solid, and then just drop it down in a Ziploc bag. And I pull like this. When they look like this, you want to pull those out. And make sure you save your rubber bands. You can always reuse them. Alright, our water looks like it's about ready. So, I'll drop these down in. You don't want to put too many in at a time because you don't want to overcrowd it. I think this pot's a big pot, so it should be able to hold all these. I was really surprised at the way this channel has blown up. I am so thankful to you guys. I never in my life thought that I would get this many subscribers in this short a time. Thank you. Thank you so much. Alright guys. Like I said, just about 1 minute. I got a friend that lived in Connecticut, and she said they ate asparagus all the time. She was telling me that the best way to grow it is grow it in manure. I know that doesn't sound appetizing, does it? And then I had a friend in Texas, and she said she had wild asparagus growing in her field. I've never tried to grow it. Us Southerners, we usually grow okra, beans, cucumber, squash, zucchini, peppers, and of course if you like tomatoes. That's pretty much the main thing we have in our gardens. I don't think I've seen anybody around here grow asparagus. Now watermelons and cantaloupes will be coming off soon. We have a watermelon festival in July, and that's when I usually start buying my watermelons, is around that time, because prices drop. Right now they're like $6.99. I can remember when my husband and I first got married, it was 1969, and you could buy watermelons, believe it or not, 6 for $1. 6 for $1. And now you can't even get the little small ones for, I think the cheapest I've ever seen the small ones is I think $1, and that was a few years back. The flea market. It was after the watermelon festival. They had them. But I do like watermelon. I know when I was pregnant with my first child, I ate so much watermelon because I was craving it that I got where I was sick of it. It took me a while to get back to eating it. But one thing I have never craved is asparagus. Like I said, to me it's an acquired taste. Okay, we probably got just a few more seconds before that comes back out. Just mainly blanching it to get the bacteria off. And then we're going to put it in the cold water. Now I've dumped I don't have an ice maker. I have ice cube trays. I dumped a tray of ice in this water. You won't stop it from cooking. Go ahead and turn that off. Someone asked me, did I can anymore? No, I don't can anymore. I used to, but for me, it's just not worth it. My girls really, they're so busy, and I don't think they're really interested in learning how to can. Now, when they get older, they might be interested in it. But at this time, they're not. Alright, let's get it in here and let it cool. See how fast that was? Just 1 minute. What takes so long is it waiting for it to freeze in the freezer. But you want to put it in a single layer, because if you don't, they're going to stick together, which I guess you could pop them apart, but I'm funny about that. I like my stuff frozen in a single layer. It doesn't matter if I'm doing French fries or okra or squash. I like it in a single layer and let it freeze and then drop it down into baggies. You can put it all in one baggie and just take out what you want, or you can put it in smaller baggies, serving size baggies. My hands are clean, yes. Now see, just that fast. And that ice water, it's already cooled down. Alright, I'm going to put this in the strainer and I'll come back. Alright guys, to help it dry just a little bit faster and get that excess water off, I laid a flour towel under here and I pulled it out of the strainer, and I'm patting it with some paper towel to get some of that water off. You could have just left it in the strainer for a few more minutes, but I tend to get a little impatient when I'm doing these things. But you want the excess water off because you don't want a lot of ice on it. Okay, all you got to do from this point is just lay it on your sheet pan. And I'm going to finish up this, and then I'm going to put it in the freezer. Like I said, leave it in there. Depending on your freezer, it could take an hour or more. But let it freeze solid so you can pick it up piece by piece. And then drop it down in a Ziploc bag. Keep it frozen until you get ready to use it. And then cook it like you normally would. Alright guys, I hope you give this a thumbs up. This is Penny Pinching Granny. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.